And welcome to this episode of my playthrough of Dragon's Dogma. Today we're going to be doing main quest Trials and Tribulations.
Pray, make your choice. You've a stake in this, and a right to hear, sir. You know of Fournival, aye? He is among the wealthiest of Grand Soren's merchants, though now he stands to lose all. He is accused of a litany of crimes. I would beg a favor, if you've the time. It seems Fournival was as busy in his underground dealings as in his honest work. His bill of crimes includes bribery, fraud, abduction, the selling of secrets, even collusion with Salvation. The inquest continues as we speak. Should the present tide prevail, he will likely be found guilty and put to death. Opinions are split, however, on the credibility of the present proofs and testimonies. A few days yet remain before the matter is decided. I ask that you go and gather what facts you can. Any proof is welcome, be it evidence or testimony, aught that clearly shows his guilt or innocence. Justice must be done, and for that, we've need of the truth.
Alright, so you have 4 days to complete this quest. But that's way more than you need. You can gather all the evidence you need in about 1 day. Depending on which ending you want, you're going to want to gather only one kind of evidence. This evidence, I'll list it and rank whether it is guilty or innocent. And finally, you should only give in evidence for the verdict you want, to ensure that you get the verdict you want. All things considered, for practical reasons, it is better to get a non-guilty verdict and allow Fournival to go free, because if you don't, you lose his shop, which is pretty good. They have Maker's Fingers, which are instant kill arrows, as well as like Pilgrim's Charms and Conqueror's Periapts. One-time buff items, which come in really handy. Without further ado though, let's get into the evidence. To access this, you have had to have done Land of Opportunity in favor of kicking off Jasper.
Tell that Fournival stands trial. None's the pity. I fancy myself the forgiving sort, but I'll not mourn his passing. I'm scarce the only one who's wronged either. The man built his fortune on the backs of honest folk. I'll gladly add my name to a petition if it means no others need suffer at his hands.
Steady on. I heard of Fournival's inquest. Serves a lot right, says I. I'll sign any petition you set before me if it means he'll hang for what he's done. He deserves no better after what he did to my family.
Fournival's met with an inquest? 'Tis past time the law caught up with that rat. I'll not forget the pain he caused me as long as I live. The caitiff put my house to ruin. I shall sleep better o' nights, knowing no others will suffer the same fate. Let him rot. I gladly commit my name to the petition for his conviction.
Beautiful. Now every piece of evidence has an item from Fournival's house, 3 petitions, and 1 witness. The gift ledger is the item in his house, the damning document for the guilty verdict. Then the witness, well, you remember him, Ansel, the gardener.
Fournival is to stand trial. I cannot say it surprises me. I overheard him speaking with one of the Duke's ministers. It was a clandestine dealing, far departed from legitimate trade. A bit of smuggling, perhaps. I am in your debt, Arisen. Mayhap this is aught I can do to repay you. Pray, take me to Grand Soren with you. I shall gladly take the stand, if it means bringing his crimes to light. 'Twould be a pleasure to restore some scrap of order to this world gone mad. Please, sir, see me to the capital, that I may help justice be done. My thanks, Arisen. May the Maker speed our steps.
Okay, what seems like it's going to be an escort quest is easily subverted by just instantly using a fairy stone to bring you to the capital. And Ansel will follow you there. From there, all you have to do is run up to the Duke's castle. He'll bitch every once in a while about you outrunning him, but it has no effect on anything. Just bring him to Aldous and speak to Aldous.
Brought a witness, have you? Excellent work. I shall see to the necessary accommodations until the day of the trial. There's time yet, sir. Pray, continue in your efforts.
Now it's time for guilty, innocent.
Is the subject of an inquest. His conviction would bring me no joy, not least for the loss of revenue I would suffer. Arisen, I have a proposition, sir. I've long had dealings with Fournival, and want to believe in his innocence. Pray, take a petition for his acquittal from me, that it may help sway his arbiters.
Once you have Fiedel's petition, the Chamberlain's affidavit can be found in Fournival's first floor, and it's basically praise from a foreign diplomat. From here, right outside, you can grab Simone's petition. She's right there. This is only available if you did escort duty.
What is to become of my father? You're the Arisen, are you not? Can you not do aught to help him? I could not bear to lose him. Even if the things they say were true, I still... He was ever a kind father to me. A petition? Of course, I would gladly draft one. I would draft 100 if it be a help.
From there, you're gonna run across the square over to the church for Priest Geoffrey's petition.
Fournival stands trial? 'Tis a pity. In truth, the man was profligate. His ostentation earned him envy and enmity in equal parts. But he was not the sort of man to seek profit in the misfortunes of others. I will add my name to the petition. I shall pray that his innocence is proven.
Next, we need to go to the Wind Bluff Tower. Remember this place? Supply and demands. To speak to Sir Dario, because he'll vouch for...
Brought word of Fournival's trial. More's the pity. He furnished our arms at quite the favorable rate. We'll be as cats without claws, should he be kept from doing business. I do not know the man well. I cannot stand it. Testimony given in person will carry more weight than a missive. Yet I cannot leave this place. Pray, take one of my men with you back to the capital. He will speak in my place. You do Fournival a service, sir, and us with him. I will send word ahead for a man to await you. Pray, speak to him directly.
Sir Dario's a kind of suspicious guy, but he provides the witness for, in favor of Fournival, Fournival's defense for an innocent, for not guilty verdict. The knight you're wanting to speak to is standing up here on these stairs. I thought I could jump that. Never mind. Overlooking the sea. Sir Castor.
I'm called Castor. Sir Dario has informed me of my duties. I'm thankful to have you accompanying me to the capital. Shall we be off? Very well, sir.
Just like Ansel, just ferry stone to the castle and speak to Aldous.
Excellent work. I shall see to the necessary accommodations until the day of the trial.
Once you have all the evidence you want, step out of the inn into the square.
Order! I will have order! This inquest has its conclusion. Fournival Frescobaldi, in the name of His Grace, Duke Edmund Dragonsbane, the court hereby proclaims its verdict. Guilty. Whereas you have deceived your fellow man to sate your avarice, the court sentences you to life imprisonment. This inquest is hereby ended.
Word of Fournival's verdict has come. He was judged guilty. It was a fair trial and thorough. Justice was done, thanks in great part to your efforts. I am not without pity for him and his house, but such are the wages of wickedness. And for you, sir, the wages of diligence. Take it with my thanks.
So, what about Simone, right? Well, she's actually living down here in the slums. However, you can rescue her, sort of. If you give her money, she will go back home.
What? Pity, is it? Charity for the criminals, girl. Aren't you kind? Know this, sir. I will see this debt repaid. I take charity from no one.
So, what happens if you get an innocent verdict, though? Let's head out and see.
Not guilty. You are cleared of all charges and released from bondage forthwith. The inquest is hereby ended.
Word of Fournival's verdict has come. He was judged innocent somehow. It was an acquittal hued in shades of grey, scarce different from black. But an acquittal nonetheless. The trial was fair, and so we must accept its decision. Though the matter ended sourly, it's by no fault of yours. Take your wages with my thanks, Arisen.
Anyways, thank you for watching, and have a good day.